Plug yourself into the machine.
Hey folks, welcome back to Floyd's Vintage Guitars. Well, today I'm trying out my newly acquired 1974 Marshall Super Lead. And I have to say right off the bat, it's the most brutal, heavy sounding Super Lead I've ever owned. And I've owned a lot of them, a lot guys. I've got two favorite amps when it comes to Marshalls. It's my 1972 Super Bass, which had a power transformer change in it, and I got a bigger, fatter transformer for it, and it's absolutely insane. Okay, it will knock you off your feet. With a speaker this big, it will blow holes in walls, and it will probably blow your speaker as well. But that's besides the point. With Super Leads for me, they tend to be a little bit bright, a little bit harsh, and I always have to jump the channels to try and even out the harshness of a Super Lead for me, especially when you turn up the volume to like 4, 5, 6, depending on how deaf you are. I'm very deaf, so I turn it up. Now, this particular Super Lead, the 1974 I play today, tends to be the perfect mix between that super bass and a normal Super Lead. It's got bottom end. It's got clean room. It's got everything I want from a Marshall without having to go into the super bass, bottom end heavy tone range. I don't know why. I mean, obviously these old Marshalls, they've been played, okay? They've been changed over the years. They've been fiddled with. I'm not talking about that amp in particular. I'm talking about in general. Pots will change. Caps will age and sound different. Without being replaced, they will just age and sound different. I've bought amps where the caps are oozing goo and they sound amazing. And then I send them off for a service and my amp tech will tell me, these things have to be changed, and they come back and the amp sounds great, don't get me wrong, but it loses something as well. So today, this particular 1974 Marshall has again just taught me that for me personally, I've got a JTM 45 from 1965. I've got a 1969 Plexi over there, super bass. I've got a 1971 1970 and 71 50 watt. I've got a lot of Marshalls, but this is the best Super Lead I've played so far. It has a brutal sound to it, a warmth. Yes, I'm putting those two words together. It ticks all the boxes and then takes those boxes, throws them in the river and builds a castle. It is that unbelievably good. I can't explain why. I don't know why. It's just a really, really, really special amp. And especially today I use my Telecaster, a guitar that I very rarely use. But having the humbucker, I usually play my Strats with the single coils, which are my favorite tone. I like that Stevie Ray, Jimi Hendrixy kind of Marshall tone where you've still got room to push and it doesn't distort. Today, even with the humbucker in the neck in this guitar, my favorite Tele by the way, it still was clean enough to make out every note, every nuance was there. Every harmonic that I wanted to hear was there. It's a great amp, guys. I will stand by this phrase. I'm going to deny this in a day or two, I promise you. I think the best era from old Marshall amps is 1971 to 1974. And that's including the ones that changed from going from a hand wire to the printed boards. I don't know why. They just seem to have a brutal bottom end, unforgiving tone that is to me it's the perfect mix between a Marshall tone with a little bit of high watt in there, a little bit of hi-fi, a little bit of compression and cleanness and sustain that the later amps don't give, and certainly the earlier Plexis don't give. That's my review. I'm going to stick to it. 1974 Marshall Super Lead, the best Super Lead I've played so far, guys. I'll see you at the next one. Cheers.
Plug yourself into the machine. Become one. Become Apple's new icon. DNA straight to the screen.